Welcome back to the channel, everyone. It's your boy Interesting Now. Today we're diving into a world of high-stakes crime, crazy escapes, and enough cash to make your head spin. That's right, we're talking about the 10 biggest heists in world history. Get ready for some serious shock and awe because some of these heists are so incredible, you'll be wondering if they're even real. Let's get started. Picture this, 1963 England. A time of Beatles mania and miniskirts. But amidst the excitement, a gang of 15 criminals was about to pull off the unthinkable. Their target? A Royal Mail train carrying millions of pounds. They stopped the train, not with guns blazing, but with a fake signal. Talk about old-school ingenuity. They overpowered the train staff and made off with over 2.6 million pounds. That's over 50 million bucks in today's money. Most of the loot was never recovered, and the robbery became a legendary tale of daring and precision. It even inspired a bunch of movies and books. The Great Train Robbery remains a captivating story of audacious criminals who managed to outsmart the system and become folk heroes in the process. What's even crazier is that several members of the gang were never caught. They disappeared into the wind with their ill-gotten gains. Let's fast forward to 1990, Boston, Massachusetts. The Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum, home to priceless works of art, became the stage for the biggest art heist in history. Two men disguised as police officers pulled off an audacious late-night heist. They convinced the guards they were responding to a disturbance. Talk about smooth criminals. Once inside, they overpowered the guards and spent the next hour and a half looting the museum. They knew exactly what they were after. They made off with masterpieces by Rembrandt, Vermeer, Degas, and Manet. A total of 13 works worth an estimated $500 million. To this day, the case remains unsolved, and the empty frames still hang in the museum as a reminder of the brazen crime. The FBI is still offering a $10 million reward for information leading to the recovery of the stolen artwork. Think you can crack the case? Diamonds are forever, and so is the legend of the Antwerp diamond heist. In 2003, a group of Italian thieves pulled off what's been called the heist of the century. Their target, the Antwerp Diamond Center in Belgium, one of the most secure vaults in the world. Seriously, this place was like Fort Knox times 1,000. The thieves, led by a charismatic mastermind known as the King of Thieves, used incredible ingenuity and planning to bypass multiple layers of security. They disabled heat sensors, motion detectors, and even a seismic sensor, all without raising any alarms. It was like something out of Mission Impossible. The loot? Over $100 million worth of diamonds, gems, and jewelry. They vanished into thin air, leaving behind only a few empty boxes and a whole lot of questions. Although some of the thieves were caught and the mastermind eventually confessed, most of the diamonds were never recovered. They're probably sparkling on someone's fingers right now. Get ready for this! In 2005, a group of criminals in Brazil pulled off a heist so audacious it involved digging a 256-foot tunnel. You heard that right, they went full-on Shawshank Redemption on us. Their target? The Banko Central in Fortaleza, Brazil. Their method? Pure, unadulterated digging power. They rented a property nearby and spent months tunneling their way into the bank's vault. They even set up a fake landscaping business as a front to hide all the dirt they were moving. Talk about dedication! Over a weekend, they managed to make off with a staggering $70 million in Brazilian currency. It was the biggest bank robbery in Brazil's history at the time. The craziest part? They left behind most of their digging equipment, probably just to mess with the authorities. Despite some arrests, most of the loot and some of the culprits are still at large. Who says you need to be young to pull off a major heist? In 2015, a group of elderly criminals, with an average age of 60, proved that age is just a number when it comes to pulling off a daring robbery. They targeted the Hatton Garden Safe Deposit Company in London, a hub for jewelers and diamond dealers. Their tools? Power drills, concrete cutters, and years of good old-fashioned criminal experience. Over the Easter weekend, they bored their way into the vault and cleaned out over 70 safety deposit boxes. We're talking millions of pounds worth of jewels, gold, and cash. The heist captured the public's imagination because of the age of the perpetrators. They became known as the Diamond Geezers and Dad's Army. Despite their age, they almost got away with it. But thanks to good old-fashioned police work and some sloppy mistakes, they were eventually caught and brought to justice. The Hatton Garden heist proves that sometimes experience really does trump youth. Hold on to your seats because we're heading back to 1978 for a heist that's straight out of a Scorsese film. The Lufthansa heist, orchestrated by the notorious Lucchese crime family, is the stuff of legends. The target, JFK Airport in New York City. The prize, a vault containing millions in cash and jewels being transported from Germany. Led by the ruthless Jimmy Burke, the gang included mobsters, associates, and even a corrupt airport worker who provided inside information. Talk about an all-star team of criminals! In a well-coordinated operation, they stormed the Lufthansa cargo terminal, overpowered the guards, and made off with over $5 million in cash and almost $1 million in jewels. The Lufthansa heist became the largest cash robbery in U.S. history at the time. It also sparked a bloody aftermath as Burke, paranoid about being caught, had several members of the gang murdered. The Lufthansa heist is a chilling reminder of the dark side of the American dream and the ruthlessness of organized crime. Get ready to shine because we're talking serious gold! In 1983, a group of thieves pulled off the Brinks Mat robbery, one of the biggest gold heists in history. Their target, a warehouse near Heathrow Airport in London. The prize, 3 tons of gold bullion, diamonds and cash. The robbers, initially looking for cash, stumbled upon the gold and decided to go big or go home. They poured gasoline over the security guards, threatening to set them on fire if they didn't cooperate. The heist netted them a staggering £26 million, most of which was gold. It was a haul so big that it destabilized the London gold market. While some of the gang members were caught and a small portion of the gold was recovered, most of it remains missing. It's rumored to have been melted down and sold off, disappearing into the global gold market. The Brinks Mat robbery is a classic tale of greed, violence, and the allure of unimaginable riches. Remember the Banko Central heist from earlier? Well, in 2011, Brazil was hit with another audacious bank robbery, this time at the Banko Itau in Sao Paulo. Once again, the thieves used the element of surprise, but instead of digging a tunnel, they went vertical. They rented a property next door and spent weeks secretly digging a 13-foot deep tunnel, but this time, straight up into the bank. They broke through the vault's floor over a weekend, bypassing all the security measures. Talk about bold. The thieves managed to make off with an estimated $65 million from the bank's ATMs. They were never caught, and the case remains a mystery to this day. The Banko Itau heist proved that when it comes to pulling off the impossible, these Brazilian criminals are in a league of their own. We're going international again. This time, it's 1976, Beirut, Lebanon, during the Lebanese Civil War. A time of chaos and conflict became the backdrop for one of the most daring bank robberies ever. A group linked to the PLO, disguised as construction workers, used explosives to blast through the wall of the British Bank of the Middle East. Talk about making an entrance. They spent the next 3 days cracking open vaults and emptying safety deposit boxes, all while the city raged around them. Their haul, an estimated $20 to $50 million in gold bars, jewels, cash, and even stocks and bonds. The exact amount has never been confirmed. The robbers vanished into the chaos of the war-torn city, and the loot was never recovered. Some say it was used to fund various factions in the conflict. The British Bank of the Middle East heist remains a fascinating and murky tale of crime and conflict, shrouded in mystery to this day. Get ready to have your minds blown because we've reached the grand finale, the biggest bank heist in history. In 2007, the Dar es Salaam Bank in Baghdad, Iraq, was hit for a mind-boggling $282 million. The details of the heist are shrouded in mystery and speculation. Some reports suggest it was an inside job, possibly involving bank guards and officials. What we do know is that the robbers made off with a massive amount of US currency, Iraqi dinars and gold. They vanished into thin air, and the money was never recovered. Some believe the heist was orchestrated by insurgents or militias operating during the Iraq War, while others suspect corrupt officials or organized crime. The Dar es Salaam bank heist remains one of the most intriguing unsolved mysteries in the world of crime. It's a story of staggering wealth, political intrigue, and the chaos of war. Wow, what a wild ride that was. From daring train robberies to elaborate tunnel systems and missing diamonds, these heists have it all. It's incredible to think about the planning, skill, and audacity it took to pull off these incredible feats. Which heist blew your mind the most? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're at it, don't forget to give this video a like, Subscribe to the channel for more mind-blowing content, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an upload. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and remember, crime doesn't always pay, but it sure makes for one heck of a story.